Thank you for joining me for this Timeless Pick a Card. This is which message do you need to hear at this time. So whenever you come across the video will be when the message is most relevant for you. There will be timestamps in the description box below for each of the messages that come through. Alright, let's see what the first message is that wishes to come through. Which is the first message that wishes to come through, which is for the highest good of the viewers watching, please. What message wishes to come through? Okay, we have our first card. Let's see. Which message wishes to come through for the viewers, please? Which message wishes to come through? Alright, we'll take that one. And these are hard ones to shuffle, but let's see. Can we please have a message come through for the viewers that they most need to hear whenever they come across this video, please? Which message wishes to come through? Alright, well that one flew out. So, focus in on the cards and see where your attention is being drawn to. You may like to listen to all of the messages, and that's okay. But in the meantime, we will start with card 1. So let's see what the first message is. So it says collective. You don't have to do it all on your own. As a part of a collective, you are capable of making bigger and bolder waves in the world, as well as forming valuable connections. Where are you being called to join or create a purposeful group? What soulful connections are you craving? Okay, so this is, at this time, we may feel like we are all alone, and that what can we do to change things? Well, this is saying that you are able to change things by you making the first step. When we change our points of view, or when we change our ways of being or our ways of doing things, that helps to change the collective. It's that whole as within, so without. That whatever we do within ourselves helps the collective, because we reflect that out into the ether. We reflect that out into group consciousness. So don't feel that you are alone, because there's everybody else is doing exactly the same thing. So that all combines in the greater consciousness. Maybe this is a push for you to actually think about looking for like-minded groups, or for you to perhaps start a group where you can bring like-minded people together, or you can meet like-minded people, and where you discuss things in a collective, which again increases the whole vibration and the frequency of whatever it is that you are thinking or doing. We have to raise the frequency and the vibration of of group consciousness, and we do that by coming together and by discussing the things that we feel need to be changed. And by talking about things, we help to heal ourselves and help to heal the collective. So maybe this is a task for you to do, or a reminder for you to reflect on what it is you want out of your life, what it is that you want to create. And maybe this card coming now at this time is the push that you need to actually go out and do it, or go out and make that group, or even to actually sit and start thinking more about what it is that you want your future to look like and what you want the future of the world to look like. Because you do make a difference, you can help, and it's not like you are doing it all on your own. We are all part of the collective, and we are all capable of making the changes in the world that we want to make better. Okay, so that was the first message. So for those of you who chose the second card, let's have a look and see what the message is. So it says harmony. So disharmony occurs when we try to resist life's natural flow. Everything has its cycle. Every stage of life has its own unique meaning and purpose. Every day can be harmonious if we want it to be. So this is saying that, again, we have to change our mindset. We have to change how we think, that everything does have its cycle. So there is a beginning and an ending. And we have to realise that that is a cycle of life. It is a stage that every life goes through, and we have to see it as the cycle and not to resist those changes that go on in that cycle. We can make every day harmonious if we want it to be, by our perspective, by our attitude, and by how we see things. This is not to say that you have to see everything as rosy and with, that you're not actually seeing the darkness in the world or the agendas that are going on. This is saying, yes, you can see those, you can acknowledge those, but don't get caught up in the whole looking at everything with rose-coloured glasses, because that's not reality. That's not how it works. Every stage of life has its own unique meaning and purpose. So even if you are going through something that is not pleasant, know that it will end. That this too will end, because it is a stage that you are going through. And look at it, that what can I learn from this? What am I meant to understand from what this is happening at this time? Don't try and resist what is happening. Don't try and bypass what is happening, because that will cause disharmony in your life, because you are then resisting the flow of what is meant to happen in this cycle. Okay, I hope that makes sense, and I hope you liked that message that came through. Okay, so for those of you who chose the third card, let's have a look and see what the message is that's come through here. So we've got passion reignites, and within the flawless patterns of each other's soul, you discover inner peace. You are caressed by each other's love, and this unfolds as an endless blessing. Place no restriction on one another. Be firmly grounded within each other's soil, but allow enough space for your branches to sway freely so that you each may dance to the song of your own spirit. So this is a reminder to us that we can be in a loving relationship, and we can have our own ideas, our own way of seeing things, and we have to allow each other to have that individuality within that relationship. this is saying that you can't control someone else's ways of being or believing or of doing things, because everyone has their own points of view, everyone has their own free will. So this is saying you can be in that loving, passionate relationship, but don't restrict each other from being that individual self, because you were that individual self before you came together. And you came together because you loved that person the way they were, for what they believed, for what they stood up for. And even if in that relationship, as you grow together, each one of you evolve in a different way, know that that is okay. You can still remain in that close bonded relationship, even though you may start seeing things differently or doing things differently. This is allowing the other person to have the freedom to express who they are and what they want to do and what they want to be. If you have difficulty with that, well then this is the time where you have to allow that person the freedom by letting them go. So it's up to you how you perceive each other's love. Do you only love that person conditionally, or do you love the other person unconditionally? Do you only love that person because they reflect the same as you? Or can you love that person unconditionally even when they start changing their viewpoints or how they see things or what they want to do with their life? You can still be grounded together, but having the compassion and the love for the other person to allow them to evolve into the person that they were meant to be. Okay, so we will leave that there. I hope you enjoyed the messages that came through, and until next time, thank you.